Let us see. Right? Okay. So which options do we have from your end?
B, C, and E, I guess.
मेरा ई तो सी भी ठीक लग रहा है.
Okay. So B, C, and E. Done? Okay, fine. Now let us see this. The public's widespread belief in the existence of UFOs and their general curiosity about extraterrestrial life, right? Has is for singular,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we have to check whether it is singular or not. Are we talking about a singular entity or a plural entity?
मतलब एक एक सेकंड, मतलब हैज सिंगुलर के लिए होता है तो हैव हम आई के साथ भी तो लगाते हैं, मतलब
Yeah,
कंफ्यूजन है इसमें.
I is third person.
हाँ, तो हैव
Okay,
कब लग
I
रही है?
always takes have. Okay, that is an exception.
तो हैव प्लूरल के लिए यूज होता है वैसे.
Okay, now has is there, right? What is the subject? Singular or plural?
प्लूरल.
Plural, right? Okay, so has options will be eliminated,
Eliminated.
right?
वही था मतलब पहला एलिमिनेशन एज वाला.
Okay, done. Has gone. C and D
बी.
only, right?
C and D.
Okay, let us see what is there in C and D. Okay, now the difference between C and E as well as general curiosity. Now, if we say that, right? See, यहाँ पे एक और चीज चेंज हो रही है, that is its general curiosity, as well as. Had I said that as well as, in addition to, etc., be an extra thing that we will be talking about. So we have to see what comes earlier for the subject
Yes.
agreement. Then D is not altogether wrong, right? B is wrong, A is wrong for sure. Done? बताओ जल्दी. But if we see
Yes.
as well as their general curiosity, right? As well as their general curiosity about extraterrestrial life, have C would be wrong on this note. बता दो. Am I right?
मेरे को एक और बार समझा.
Just a minute. What is his name? Soumyadeep.
Yes.
You just explain that rule which I am talking about here.
Like जैसे हम लोग जब वो इन एडिशन मतलब अगर कुछ एक्स्ट्रा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हम लोग बोल रहे हैं किसी चीज के लिए तब तो मतलब हैज बैठता है.
How would we know that extra characteristics has been talked about with the use of
Like
words?
like in addition, along with, as well as, together with, including.
Yes. Now, Anjali, can you see that as well as, etc.? Right now?
हाँ.
Okay, so as well as would take
हैव.
has,
Has.
सॉरी, हाँ, हैज.
right? Got it? Chalo. Now I think you can understand that why has and have are changing from each and everything. अंजलि,
हाँ जी.
ठीक है, ग्रेट. अगर नहीं आ रहा है तो बता दो.
आ रहा है, मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा आ रहा है.
ओके, The rule that I am using, I would explain it with an example. Right? This is a difficult question. That is why I'm taking too much of time. The rule that I am explaining is that if I take, let us say, dogs as well as Ram went to the park. Is it correct or not?
Dogs as well as
has went to the park. Is it correct or not?
it is correct क्योंकि has आएगा साथ में.
No.
Have.
Because as well as is extra, as well as Ram is extra, and the main subject is dogs. Dogs doesn't take has. Dogs is plural and hence will take have.
Okay.
Like सब्जेक्ट को देखना पड़ेगा,
Yes.
सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर में या प्लूरल में.
Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Now, if we have as well as here, we have to see the previous one, right? Okay. This part would not be counted as the subject. Yes.
Yeah.
Done. So, what is the subject?
UFOs.
Huh? UFOs?
You.
What are we talking about? What is the subject?
The publics. I mean, publics is a subject.
Publics. What is publics?
Subject.
बात किसकी हो रही है?
बात यूएफओ की हो रही है, मतलब पब्लिक मतलब के बिलीफ के बारे में बात हो रही है.
Belief के बारे में. Got it? This is a really important exercise. If you miss this, you would lose each and everything. Okay? What are you talking about? Belief. Some
The
belief.
public's, the public's
Some
widespread belief. Some belief.
I'm not interested in public's belief right now. I know that I'm talking about some belief.
तो सब्जेक्ट यहाँ पे बिलीफ्स होगा.
Yes. Not beliefs, belief.
हाँ, belief.
Singular. Right? Singular belief would take what?
Has.
Right? So which one would be the right answer?
D.
Yes.
D.
Done. Are you seeing?
Yes.
Both the parts can be changed and hence the subject verb relation would change. Getting me?
ये तो बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग था, मतलब बिलीफ सब्जेक्ट.
No, it is not confusing. If you retain both the things, right, you would start from the first and you would retain that ki as well as use हो रहा है तो what rule I need to check. Okay, then you would go to the ये helping verb, right? This is called a helping verb, right? And then you would check its consistency with the subject. These are the 3 steps involved here. Got it?
कि हमने पहले हैज को एलिमिनेट कर दिया था ना.
नहीं, I eliminated has because यहाँ पे and लगा हुआ है.
Not because of public.
No.
Okay.
I had told you in the last video that if Ram and Sham are being talked about, what would be the next verb? Is or are?
Is.
Are. Because
and में are होता है. And में तो दोनों
But if I talk about bread and butter,
ब्रेड एंड बटर में तो इज आएगा क्योंकि एक ही बात हो रही है.
we are talking about food or breakfast.
Food.
Right? Got it?
Okay.
So all these rules are really important to understand what we are talking about. What is the main subject that we are talking about in a passage also? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Right? This is why the passage answers get wrong. Because we do not know what thing we are talking about, what subject we are talking about. And then people say that, okay, there are no rules in. Or the answer is absurd. है ना?
हाँ, समझ गया.
This is the thing, this is the conclusion that the people reach to. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So ignorance is bliss. Right? Can we move to the next question?
Yes.
Okay.
अच्छा यहाँ पे इस वाले को भी हम लोग देख सकते थे ना, जैसे यूएफओज, लाइक ऑप्शन सी में यूएफओज एज वेल एज देयर जनरल, देयर नहीं होगा, मतलब वहां पर तो इट्स ही होगा, मतलब यूएफओ का जो
Yes, yes, yes. It's ही होना चाहिए, right?
हाँ
There would not be there, right? We are talking
हाँ
about the collective public's
हाँ
belief
हाँ
and general
हाँ
belief,
हाँ, मतलब वो अभी भी,
right? So
मतलब
it
वो अभी
should be
नोटिस
consistent.
किया।
It should be
हम्म
consistent, right, with the earlier entity.
हम्म,
Done?
यस।
Shall we move to the next question? Okay, next question पे जाते हैं. Let's see. Great. Let us see this. This is a short one. Hmm.
नीचे आ गए।
आर नहीं, एक सेकेंड. इज
Hmm.
इज
Okay. Is or are?
इज
Hmm. Now let me know if we are talking about more than one official. So what is the final number?
We don't know, but it is more than one.
Right? So it would be plural or singular.
Plural.
प्लूरल.
Done?
हाँ, तो आरी तो होगा।
तो लेकिन यहाँ पे मोर देन वन ऑफिशियल है. अगर ऑफिशियल्स होता तो आ रहा था ना.
नहीं. That is where logic is being applied. Getting me? ठीक है? So logic is of prominent importance in grammar, not rules. Done? Shall we move ahead?
यस।
Okay.
ये सेंटेंस ऐसे नहीं हो सकता था कि इट इज नाउ क्लियर दैट मोर देन वन ऑफिशियल्स इन द डिपार्टमेंट आर करप्ट.
More
अगर
than
ऐसा
one.
होता तो गलत गलत होता.
More than one official. और one के साथ क्या है?
ऑफिशियल है मतलब एक से ज्यादा. हाँ ठीक है समझ.
What is more than one official? Getting me?
हम्म.
Okay. Let us move to the next question. Done. Do this. The doctrine applies in Canada where there is a federal law and a provincial law that are each valid, okay, where there is a federal law and a provincial law, okay, that are valid. Now, what is the first thing that you noticed in this sentence? There are two words, right? Applies, the doctrine applies in Canada is quite correct, but in the bold part we have is and are. Two verbs.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so the first verb, is it correct or wrong? Let me know.
It is correct.
Correct. On what
Hmm.
basis?
मतलब एक लॉ की बात हो रही है वहाँ पे तो सिंगुलर है फेडरल लॉ की अगर हम
Are you
देखें
sure it would be singular?
लॉ के अंदर तो बहुत सारा ऐसा आ भी सकता है.
Let us take two sentences. There is a dog, is or are a dog. There is or are some cats. Let me know.
There is a dog, there are some cats.
Are you getting the difference?
Yes.
Aware of it now? Let me know, please.
मतलब ये दो सेंटेंस तो समझ आ रहा है but how it is connected to this one is federal law.
लाइक दो लॉ का बात कर रहा है, एक फेडरल लॉ और एक
एक
प्रोविजनल लॉ.
हाँ ये
जब
तो
भी
है.
हम sentences को, right, whenever we won't break the sentences into a part, I had told you that this is one idea and this is the second idea, followed by that and where. Okay, now there is a lesson to learn here. Whenever something starts with WH word, right, and there is a verb in that sentence, that would be one idea, right? WH word is where, what, why, when, etc., and that followed by a verb. Done? Got it? These two, whenever followed by a verb, would produce one idea. Got it?
मतलब फिर तो वो सिंगुलरली ट्रीट किया जाएगा
Yes.
क्योंकि एक आइडिया में लिया जा रहा है.
Yes. So that is why I have taken this idea as a separate one. Done? Hello, Anjali?
तो मतलब where what के साथ सिंगल ही आएगा.
No.
आइडिया.
What am I saying? Single idea, not in terms of subject verb agreement, right? But single idea, that means the author is talking about only one thing and he's saying that one thing in that part of the sentence, right? For example, Ram, who is poor, can't pay his fees. So how many ideas are there in this one? We are getting two informations about Ram. Ram can't pay his fees. Ram is poor. Getting me? Let me know. Understood the concept of ideas? Yes?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the ideas. There are three ideas in this context. What are those ideas? First, the doctrine applies in Canada. Okay. For second, there is a federal and provincial law in Canada. Okay, this federal and provincial law is each valid and consistent, या फिर are each valid and consistent? So what rule or law did we, what rule did we read about each when it is used after the verb? Is this each coming for valid and consistent, or is this each coming for federal law and a provincial law?
Federal and provincial law.
इसके लिए आ रहा है each. If it is so away from federal and provincial law, would it come for federal and provincial law? Yeah. No. Each should be close to the entity that it modifies. It is coming for each valid and consistent. Right? We could have had that each is, right, where there is a federal law and a provincial law, each valid and consistent, right? That is each valid and consistent. Okay, so we are talking about R is coming for what? R किसके लिए आ रहा है? R का सब्जेक्ट क्या है? Where is the subject of R?
R तो दोनों laws के लिए आ रहा है.
Yes, R subject is that, and that is coming for both these laws. So R is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so can we go with R? Yes. Okay. Now this E sentence changes the meaning. It changes the meaning in the sentence that, okay, a federal and provincial law, we are talking about a single law there. Is it changing the meaning of the original sentence? Let me know. Let me know. Is it changing the meaning? Are we talking about the same law in the original sentence? No. Right? So I have told you that when we remove a from here, we are talking about the single law. When we have two articles means a and the, right, we would be talking about two different laws. So this is changing the meaning, so won't be the answer, even if it is a grammatically correct sentence. Got it?
Yes.
These are the subtle ways of writing sentences in CAT paper which they employ. Okay, can we move to the next one? Let us check D.
फिर मतलब D होगा ना आंसर?
D is the answer.
There is a federal law and a provincial law, both of which are each valid and consistent. Okay, is a federal law and a provincial law, both of which okay, both of which are, okay, fine, each valid and consistent.
Valid, consistent नहीं है इसमें.
हाँ, वही, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, but there is a problem here, right? What is this is coming for? What is the subject of is? Now go to these two examples. What did you learn from this? Whenever you would we would use there is. So the subject verb agreement was reflexive. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we use to say, right, that बारिश हो रही है, then we use it is raining, right?
Right.
But raining could not have been used. That is why we have used it is raining. But has it got any relevance here? What are we talking about? Raining. That is why there is.
Mm.
Okay. Got the pattern of sentences or the structure of sentences in which it would be reflexive? Let me know.
हाँ.
Okay. So, won't it be reflexive here? Let me know. Won't it be reflexive here? There is a dog. There are some cats. There are a federal law and a provincial law. D is wrong. समझ में आ गया?
Okay.
अच्छा.
Reflexive subject verb. Done?
तो इसमें वो वाला अप्लाई नहीं होगा फिर, जो मतलब अगर वेयर से स्टार्ट हुआ दैट से खत्म हुआ तो वो एक सिंगुलर आइडिया में
No, that
लिया
is
जाता है.
another idea.
अच्छा.
From where to law is a singular idea. ठीक है, उसमें भी
अच्छा.
I told you that what is the general idea of these sentences, right? We are talking about a dog, but we cannot say that a dog is.
अच्छा.
Right? We have to talk. There is a book. It is raining.
अच्छा. हाँ.
Right? So the subject comes later on in these type of sentences.
अच्छा. रिफ्लेक्स.
Got it?
अच्छा. हम्म.
Now, only sentence which would be correct on this basis, this is also reflexive SV, right? Now, the only sentences which would be correct are B and C.
हम्म.
ठीक है? Okay. Now, that are each valid. We would take R. Okay. Are a federal law and a provincial law, both of which are each valid. Okay. And that are each valid. Now, which one would we choose between B and C?
C.
क्या?
C choose
Now,
करेंगे.
C is wrong because both of which we do not need to write it, right? We could have done it in lesser number of words. So what do we choose when we are choosing an answer? Concision or more words? More words mean verbosity.
Verbosity.
Do we choose verbosity as an answer or do we choose concision as an answer? To the point answer in lesser word.
लेसर वर्ड वाला.
Right? This A is misprinting here. Right? So B would be the right answer. Got it? Let me know. Right? We could have said both of which instead of both of which. We could have said both are each valid and consistent. Got it?
अभी समझ में आया, अभी समझ आया पूरा.
So many rules here. Practice of many rules in this question. Let me know.
मेरे को ये R और is वाला नहीं अभी भी समझ आया.
कौन सा R और is वाला?
वो जैसे वहां लिखा है there is a federal law, B में है there are a federal law.
Did you get these?
हाँ ये वाला तो ये तो आ गया था.
So what are the number of entities that we are talking about in this sentence if we are using the same pattern?
Okay, अच्छा ठीक है, अब आ गया. दो एंटिटीज का बात हो रहा है.
मतलब दो चीज का बात हो रहा है.
हाँ,
एक
दो
federal
चीज
law
का
और
बात हो
एक.
रहा है.
हाँ.
Got it?
Got it.
Are you seeing how complex English can be?
बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है.
Right? So we have to move step by step.
कभी कभी सब्जेक्ट ही नहीं दिख रहा।
Hmm.
We would get into the habit of noticing those based on these questions, right? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
the first thing to notice in a sentence are subject and verb pairs, on which basis we would be noticing how many ideas are there, on which basis we would be getting to the meanings, and then we would check the grammatical laws if they are correct or not. Are you seeing what ideas we are gaining or grasping from this?
टाइम लगेगा इसमें आने में.
हाँ, टाइम तो लगता ही है. Okay, since I am available, so you won't take much time if you do a sort of practice of 5 questions daily, right?
Yes.
Okay.
तो सर क्वेश्चंस आप ही देंगे या फिर हमें बाहर से करना पड़ेगा?
See, Soumyadeep is doing what? Soumyadeep is practicing it through newspapers. Okay.
Okay.
He checks subject verb pairs there. Okay. Whenever he is in a bit of what, Soumyadeep? A bit of confusion, he takes help of ChatGPT. Okay, so that is one type of practice. Other than that, I am also giving the questions.
Maybe
जैसे
हाँ.
जैसे वो जब कोई आर्टिकल पढ़ता हो तो तब ऐसे नोटिस करता हो अभी कि कहाँ पे क्या वर्ड बैठ रहा है, क्या
आगे चलो.
सब्जेक्ट आ रहा है।
अच्छा
ठीक है।
ठीक.
Done. Good questions, है ना?
ठीक है.
हम्म,
So these are the type of, I mean, this is the type of thinking that you must employ. Getting me?
Yes sir.
Yes. Chalo, let us move ahead, right, to the next question.
यस।
Hmm. Just be careful here. Okay, this is also a difficult question, so you have to go step by step. Okay. I hope this is visible. If not, I am changing the size. Done.
फाइन।
Do this. I'm providing you 2 minutes time. Now this question, okay. You had problems. Okay, one has chosen D, one has chosen E. Let us look at these questions, right? Okay. Now, if this is D and this is E, let us check what we can reach to. So outside the line, the underlined part, we have this word. Now, word should be for a plural entity. Now, if we look at these 3 sentences, the vocal tracts of Neanderthals, okay, this is plural. Okay. Now, the Neanderthals' vocal tracts resembled the apes, right? The Neanderthals' vocal tracts, okay, fine, plural, vocal tracts, plural, Neanderthals had plural, all plural. So let us go to the meaning-based approach. So were probably without language. Were probably without language. I mean, can vocal tracts, which are the subjects of these 3 lines, be without a language? Can vocal tracts without a language? No. So this part, okay, will be what? This part will be what? These parts will be what? Illogical subjects. Done. So C, D, and E are gone. Now let us see. Neanderthals had a vocal tract resembling an ape's. Now, the thing that we saw here, vocal tracts of Neanderthals, the vocal tracts of Neanderthals. Does one Neanderthal have one vocal tract? I do not know. Does one Neanderthal have multiple vocal tracts? I do not know. Resemble an apes. Now, these multiple vocal tracts resemble of one ape, the vocal tract of one ape? I do not think so. One other thing that we'll see here, Neanderthals had a vocal tract that resembled those of apes. I mean, one vocal tract resembling multiple apes vocal tracts? I do not think so, right? In addition to that, those should replace a vocal tract. Now, a singular vocal tract cannot replace those, right? This is a rule that we use in pronouns. We replace the subjects here. We would use this in the future lessons. So let us see B and E after getting to this. Okay, B and A. Neanderthals had a vocal tract that resembled those of apes. Now, those, if we replace those with a vocal tract, it won't be the right answer. And hence, A, B, in B, let us check a vocal tract and ape's vocal tract, right? And apes, we can write here vocal tract, okay, which has been just omitted from here, which is a rule in grammar. So, vocal tract, we can put an ape's vocal tract. Neanderthals had a vocal tract, right? That means each person had a vocal tract, and Neanderthals were probably without language. So this goes in terms of meaning, as well as pronoun rule, as well as subject-verb agreement, right? So these are the three rules that we need to use to reach this answer. That is it, guys. So we would meet in the next class with new questions.